Does anybody here know who Zachary Lenstead is? I would guess that you do not. This is Zachary at the age of 13, playing football for his local playing his favorite sport of football for his local school. This, however, is Zachary at the age of 18, after suffering a mild, what they thought was a mild concussion, and it resulted in long-term health disabilities and multiple other long-term health problems. Today I'm going to talk to you about baseline testing. Baseline testing is important to me because I have coached or played football for over half my life at this point. I've been involved myself with concussions. I myself have suffered multiple concussions, and that's why I had to stop playing football. My son has suffered concussions, and teams that are coached, players on my teams have suffered concussions. Baseline testing is a very strong thing to me, and I think it's very important that even if you just have children, that you should have a baseline test done on them. Some of the factors that could possibly give you a concussion outside of sports is being simply involved in a motor vehicle accident. Baseline testing is not just for athletes. Baseline testing can be done to anybody in this room. You can go and have one done on yourself just to see where your numbers are at a normal range. You can be involved in a pedestrian or bicycle accident, violent physical abuse, falling, especially in young or us old people. A couple options that you have for baseline testing are impact baseline testing. Impact is a cognitive test that you sit at a computer and you answer questions based on memory, and you based on your knowledge. And they're real simple questions. Simply, it could be what's today's date, and then it could be who the President of the United States is. With baseline or impact baseline testing, however, you are in a seated position using purely memory. Your heart rate is not elevated. There's no process of you getting a base number based on exactly how you received the concussion. What I mean by that is most concussions are resulted, for instance, in football, during high energy plays. You take a large blow to the head, basketball, baseball, there's usually you're elevated, your heart rate's up. That's where the Trazer baseline test comes in. Trazer actually brings you in, and they have a computer system that you stand in front of, and you do multiple steps forward, sideways with your heart rate elevated. Then you receive your baseline number according to their numbers. Trazer at this point is leading the way as far as giving you a baseline number when you're quote unquote normal to a number after possible head injury. All of these numbers and definitions have come from the CDC. The CDC and obviously the NFL has been very much involved with baseline testing and concussions because it's in the news every single day at this point now. The average cost of a baseline test is anywhere from $10 to $25. To go to see what your baseline number is, takes up to 15, 20 minutes, could be longer depending on your athletic ability. If you don't and suffer a concussion, or your child suffers a concussion, and you feel like he's okay and you send him back out and find out there's more problems, now you're looking at $2,000 to $80,000. And the reality of it is this $80,000 is endless, because depending on what health circumstance happens, there may be no end in sight. Some of your local options to take your test are at Altman, not necessarily just a Tusk location, but Altman Therapy has multiple locations. You can contact them at either one of these this number, or they have a website. Or the Trazer company is actually through Performance Evaluation Group, and this is their numbers and email addresses to contact them. You can contact them by calling, you can contact them by emailing. If you email or if you go on their site, you're going to register, and then they'll contact you with a location and time. If you do the impact testing, you call them, you set up the time, you set up what you want to do, and they'll get a hold of you and let you know. In conclusion, I have told you about concussions and baseline testing and why there's a need for them. I've given you options on how to have your baseline test done for you or your child. I firmly believe that this is something that everybody in this room should do for themselves, and if you have a child, take your child and have it done. It's simple, it's easy, it's cheap, and it can prevent tremendous amounts of bills and heartache. Thank you. That's all I got. I do have some pamphlets I can pass out to you for baseline testing. Just gives you some history of concussions and the numbers on them right now. If you need any other information, I have plenty of it. Thank you.